going to be great tonight. I'm going to go out and capture people. Awesome. Trump heading out tonight, he says. I don't know. So if you guys haven't heard, D.C. has got a new sheriff.
And I'm going to be going out tonight. I'm going to keep it a secret, but I'm going to go. You're the only one that knows. You and your lots of listeners.
That's it. He was talking to Todd. Was it Todd Starnes?
Starnes, yeah.
I should probably know that. I didn't, but I should have.
And let's be honest, he wouldn't be talking to Starnes if he didn't have a lot of listeners.
Yeah. So, well, yeah, I think a lot of Starnes' popularity also came online and I think writing as well. So that seems to be a big thing. I should do a Substack of useless stuff and some politics.
Yeah, because you're not doing enough every day. It's
I know.
You're kind of lazy, to be honest.
Well, yeah, I hope Trump calls me and asks me to come on out with him tonight. Do we have a paddy wagon?
No, but I can get you a patty melt.
Oh, that'd be great.
Give me one of those batons.
Yeah, so Trump is going to go out. It's going to be awesome. And my prediction is, well, we all want him to have a badge. Some of you want, remember, he can't carry a gun. He's a felon.
Oh, that's right.
And he doesn't need to.
They can't give him a gun.
Yeah. So
I wonder if the Secret Service would have an issue if he was carrying one.
Yes, they would, because they feel like he's going to shoot himself in the foot. Several of you said, I doubt he's ever fired a gun in his life.
That's a good point.
So, but you know what? You give him a badge, oh, he will love that. I'll remember this forever. Oh, and handcuffs. Oh, we got to give him handcuffs.
Absolutely. And a baton.
And, a baton. He can carry one of those. Maybe, something else.
He's going to want the windbreaker, though.
Oh, he's got to have a windbreaker and a hat.
What about a taser?
Yeah, I think he could do a taser.
He could have a taser.
You could have a taser. That'd be good, right? So we could do that. Do you think he's going to say, I know what you're thinking, punk. I know what you're thinking, punk. How many shots did he fire? They don't let me have a gun, so I don't know. Oh. Yeah, that would be hilarious. So we'll see. Yeah, we're talking about the teachers. A lot of you are chiming in. Some of you were like, they know what they're getting paid. They get 2 months off at the end of the year. They do a lot. I don't think people realize. They pay for a lot of stuff. And, some people, my buddy Jim, who's out in California, goes, here in California, they make, they got the gold-plated, insurance plan and all that stuff. And a lot of them make six figures. I go, yeah, but a house costs $2 million. So you're still stuck living in a one-bedroom house for the rest of your life. And yeah, teachers should make more. But the thing is, we need to incentivize them and give them a bonus. And when you think about it, the federal government gives out bonuses to their people. Why aren't we giving out bonuses to teachers? Oh, yeah. And Trump's going out. This is how desperate we are for law enforcement. I'll do it myself. Yeah. Oh, somebody said his badge will say the greatest, most amazing badge. Oh, my God.
Law enforcement, the likes of which nobody's ever seen.
Do you guys have the golden handcuffs? Those real? Those are real? I'd like that. That'd be fantastic. So we'll see what he is up to tonight. I have a feeling, though, he's going to get out and he's going to talk to people in the street because that's what he loves to do.
Absolutely.
That's why he's so personal. He's going to get out and he's going to talk to people, especially people who are probably homeless, And
that's going to drive Secret Service nuts, too.
Yeah, that is. Because they got to protect him. And being unpredictable when you are not, it doesn't matter who's president. There's always wackadoos out there. And, you think about it. He's 47. Somebody said earlier his code name should be 0047.
Mm. 0047. Absolutely.
Yeah. You can carry a Byrna pistol. That's right. You could do that. Those things are awesome.
You know what Bush's name was during his father's administration?
What?
The Tumbler.
Oh, the Tumbler.
Because he was always drunk and falling down.
The Tumbler. It's me, the Orange Man. I'm here. You've been sentenced. Do you think he's going to want to write a ticket? Oh, yes, he will. You parked wrong, Trump. So Menendez, are they in? They're right there today. So the Menendez brothers, for those who don't remember, they killed their parents, and then they were sentenced. I think they were sentenced to death. Then it was life without the possibility of parole. Now it's life with parole, and their first hearing is today. Eric is the one that is currently in front of the parole board. 13 family members are there saying he deserves to be out. 13. And if you're going to release him, tonight's the night with Trump out there. Because Trump will handle business.
We're going to have to fly to L.A. right now.
So somebody says, I bet Donald Trump is a badass. Badass isn't what? As in
Chuck Norris?
Yeah, he's not Chuck Norris. And no offense, he's not even, Steven Seagal. For as wackadoo as Steven is, also a sheriff.
Jefferson Parish.
Jefferson County. And a blues player, if you guys haven't heard. And a Russian, right? Isn't he a Russian now? Isn't that where he moved? Bell, check and see. I think Steven Seagal is a Russian. In fact, didn't they give him like the order of the Russian czar?
And I think he's got like a Stalin-type beard, too.
Yeah, he's
all in, man.
He is. He's all in. Probably because he's a spy.
Steven Seagal is a Russian citizen. He was granted Russian citizenship by Vladimir Putin in 2016, and he also holds U.S. and Serbian citizenships.
There you go, kids. There you go. Somebody just said the best. Trump should be Agent Orange.
That's pretty good.
I agree with you, Sally. They're probably trying to hire actors that he can chase down and fight.
God, that would be awesome.
It would be.
Even if they were actors.
Yeah, totally. Because Putin does it.
Yes, he does.
Right, you ever watch Putin play his hockey game every year on his birthday? Where he comes out there and every Ovechkin and every Russian superstar's out there, and he skates by all of them and he scores 25 goals.
Yeah, he's better than any of them.
Yeah, he is.
Well, nobody wants to play defense because they don't want to get poisoned after the game.
Yeah, nobody wants to get that close to him. So, and yes, if you think if I had to choose a fist fight between Steven Seagal and Trump.
That'd probably be Steven Seagal.
It's Seagal because for all of his chaos, the guy is, when it comes to Aikido and stuff like that, he is a big time master. He's an idiot and a blues player, which you guys have to hear. I'll find some of that. It is the interview of him pretending to be a blues musician, and then he goes halfway through, becomes an old black man. It's fantastic. So fantastic. Let's see here. We got a lot of stuff I still want to talk about, try to squeeze in. But the teacher thing is interesting because a lot of people are also chiming in on bus drivers. I know bus drivers don't get paid a lot. That's another one of those things, right? If you're taking a child from point A to point B and you're entrusting a human being, they should get paid okay.
Yeah.
We don't pay our pilots $4 an hour with tips.
Yeah.
I mean, Spirit Airline might, but the rest of them don't. You want that. You want to know. It's like, oh, how much does the pilot make? He makes, some of these guys, the big dudes, they're making $500,000 a year because they have human beings' lives in their hands. It's the same, like a bus driver. It's weird. So if you're flying an airplane and you've never met the guy, mostly, probably a girl, but mostly a guy, that guy's making great money. And because we entrust him to fly 36,000 feet in the air. But the bus driver, we pay him I don't even know what they make.
I got to look that up.
And we entrust them to drive our most precious cargo. Yeah, they can't make a lot. Right?
I'm looking at Rutherford County School District because they're meeting about bus routes today. Let's see.
Public bus drivers make $25 to $27 per hour, but that's public buses, not school buses.
According to reports, Rutherford County school bus drivers here in Tennessee make around $24.82 per hour.
That's not a ton.
Wait a minute. I got to make sure that's Tennessee.
Is it? Yeah, make sure. So What should paramedics make? Same thing. Paramedics should make enough to live off of, and then some. I mean, certain things, look, and do I understand why? Like Tom Brady when he's, or Ronaldo, the amount of money he makes. Well, you know what? There's one of him in the entire world. There is nobody else that could have, Messi, there's one of him that does that. Jordan, when he played, there's one of him. Scotty Scheffler, there's one of him. But you should still be able to make a living. And I'm sure as we talk about, the police, I've heard, people, police, they're never paid enough. And nobody wants that gig anyways.
So according to salary.com, the average annual wage for a school bus driver in Tennessee is about $37,000 to $40,000 a year.
That's if they work full time. Everybody keeps saying they're only part time.
Right.
So if you're getting paid, even if you get $20 an hour and you're only working 4 hours a day, that's not a lot. And it's the weird hours, right? Because you do it in the morning, then you have time off. They do it in the afternoon. Do you take the bus home with you while you wait?
I don't know. I know they got a big old bus barn-like area there in Murfreesboro, just off 24, where a lot of the buses, I think a lot of the drivers take the buses back after each route, or after the morning and then again in the afternoon.
Yes. So somebody said they started at $23.50 an hour. You could be making $40 an hour, but if you're only working a few hours a day, it doesn't cover your rent. You got to do something else.
And you still got to deal with
Then there's insurance.
Yeah, insurance, and then you got to deal with the kids on the bus.
Yeah, there's always that too. And it's different too because the kids on the bus don't look at you the same way they look at the teacher.
No, they do not.
They look at you almost as an equal. Like you are, or in some cases they look at you below an equal because they're like, this is the best you could do is being a bus driver. So $22 per hour, somebody said in Wilson County Jail. What? Damn. Oh, that's a horrible job. That is a horrible job.
What's that?
Being a jailer of any sort.
Oh,
no, thank you. No.
very dangerous.
Yeah. But you get what you pay for.
Yeah. My daughter's fiance is a correctional officer.
How's that going?
He does all right.
Where does he now? Are they here?
Yeah, he's in Rutherford County.
Man.
He doesn't do bad. I mean, for the most part, my daughter and her fiance, they're probably doing a lot better than a lot of kids, I say, their age. They're 25. They're doing all right.
That's it.
Now they can't afford to buy their own house.
There's always that.
Or anything like that.
Exactly.
But they are affording where they live now, which it's not a bad one room apartment with a really nice pool and workout room. But again, that money's just going out the window every month.
Yeah, it's so frustrating. It's the down payment is the kicker in the grundle for so many people. It really is. And that is for so many people, even people that are doing well that have a house. You ask a lot of them, how did they get it?
Yeah.
It's mom and dad had enough money that they loaned them some. And in some cases, they loaned them some, and then they took out a second when they could so they could pay mom and dad back.
Yeah.
But otherwise, they were never getting in a house. And that is frustrating. All right, coming up. A lot of good stuff still to get to. I want to talk about the truth thing again. I think that's interesting. We might mention a little bit of Ukraine, Israel, other things like that. If you miss any show, we always say shame on you. Shame! Shame, 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 shame. Check out the show, Super Talk. Yeah, baby! Super Talk 997.
Shame. Shame.
I know, what has it been 4 years since Phil passed away? I know today is the anniversary of that. And
yeah, I believe so.
I met Phil a couple times when we would do, talk radio events and stuff. And it's a small club. When you get to a certain level, it's a small club and you go to some of these big things. And he was always a good dude. It's good to see. because a lot of these times you don't know what these people are like because we've heard of each other, we never met, and we met at a couple of these talker conventions, and it was a good dude, and I know that how much everybody here loved him. Bell worked with him for a long time. How long did you work with him, Ken?
I only had an opportunity to work with Phil a handful of times, but every time it was just great. I had a blast because he was very laid back and just very natural. But the deal about Phil is I listened to Phil and Johnny B every day in the afternoons. I just had my radio on, and whenever I worked mornings. And they were just part of my life.
Yeah.
In the afternoon. I mean, and that's how Phil Valentine was, man. It was like you were just sitting. It's like you were just sitting in the room with him, and he's talking to you.
Which is, that's
still missing.
Yeah, that's what it is. And Bell, you worked with him for a while.
Yeah.
And
on his, I would fill in on his syndicated show whenever Johnny was out.
Yeah. And it's we've talked about it, but it's been 4 years. You know what? To be honest, it's not only been 4 years. I mean, you think about all the things we went through. COVID seems like a lifetime ago.
That was kind of a, not to turn it back to me, but that was kind of a bummer to get that call on my birthday.
Yeah.
When, because Dan actually called, and I thought, oh well, he actually remembered my birthday. He's going to say happy birthday, and he told me that Phil had just passed away, and my heart just sank. Yeah, I still have the very last
text.
Yeah, the last text I traded with him, and I wouldn't share it publicly because it's a little inside. But I don't think I'll ever see myself deleting that.
Yeah. So it was, and like I said, we and I remember the way that like a lot of the media reacted, like they were excited because COVID, you crazy right wingers and stuff. And that's not who he was.
No, in fact, he was all about people talking to their doctors, getting your doctor's opinion on the vaccine.
Yes. Yes. And as you should, I mean, that's it.
Absolutely. That's a personal choice.
And it should have been a personal choice. It should still be a personal choice. Because I think a lot of people, because it became political, which science should never be political, but it became political. And people took, some people, no matter what was presented to them, they would never believe it. And for other people, it was the same thing. If you could tell them that, kids don't get this the way that adults do, and they're not going to die in this, and we still have to close the schools forever, but keep paying us, so. And it was sad that it became that way. But I think and I remember that same way when Herman Cain died. And, Herman Cain went to a Trump rally and then he got it. And they made it seem like Trump did it, he personally gave him it and that he got what he deserved, which is the most asinine thing in the world. Because people once something like that takes hold, it becomes, you can't have conversations with people.
Nope.
No.
You just had these people that were adamant that, a government has said to get this, so now you must do it. And nobody should trust government for their medical decisions ever.
Ever.
No,
Talk
never.
To your doctor.
Go see your doctor. And if your doctor says it's fine, I was the first one at our station to get a shot. Mostly because my on-air partner, Gatos, is a hypochondriac. He knew what everybody got, by the way. He would ask everybody. And there was barely any of us there.
Right.
But he wanted to make sure that when his wife got the shot first because she was a teacher, he was so upset because he wanted one so bad. This is a guy who he'll find a bump on his knee and he's pretty sure they're going to have to amputate. Like that's the kind of guy he was.
Like he just immediately goes to cancer.
Yeah. He got shingles.
Ooh.
And when he found out he got shingles, he was looking it up. He was Google doctoring it in the middle of our show. And it had only been like 10 minutes. We went to break. He turned and looked at me and he said, I could die from this at any moment.
Oh.
And I just looked at him and I said, I don't even know what to say at this point, man. That sucks.
Best thing to do is take some holistic medicine and you'll be fine.
But that being said, I've always said, go talk to your doctor. And I was never big about the kids. Go talk to your doctor. Figure it out for yourself because that's all you can do. And listen to them because they apparently went to school. That's what I heard. All right, coming up, truth. What do you believe? What don't you believe? It's very interesting. New thing that has come out, Pew Research, on what is the biggest threat that we have here in our nation, according to a bunch of respondents, not just a few. Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 997. TikTok raising concerns about its impact on teens. Are they? Saw the White House join TikTok. Did you see that?
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
I'll have to go check that out.
I think it's next. It's less than when is it, the 90-day thing is supposed to be, does it end September 1st? I think.
I
would find it hard to believe that they're not going to extend the deadline for purchase.
I find it hard to believe that they made such a giant deal out of China having access to all the information on TikTok, and then they go and join TikTok.
Yeah. Well, it's so you guys remember what happened? They freaked out. China's going to get, by the way, China's getting your data all the time. You bought a TV, it's from China, it's stealing your data.
And they're watching you.
They're watching you. They're totally watching you. Everything. You buy sneakers from China, chances are they're watching you. But the influence is what a lot of people were concerned about. And there is plenty of that. I mean, there's no doubt. And we here, because in theory it's supposed to be separate, the whole ByteDance thing, which is baloney, but they made this big deal about China. Everybody got together, right and left. They're all kumbaya, holding hands. We're going to get rid of TikTok. It's going to be all this thing. The minute they knew it was going to go away and everybody started complaining, they flipped so fast because people were so, remember the Sunday it happened? Oh my God. And then everybody was rushing over to the Red Velvet or whatever it was called, the other thing, which was actually owned by the Chinese Communist Party. Oh, my goodness me. So, yeah, it is it's weird that they're on there, and yet at the same time they're supposed to. And I don't even think they've even come to, because ByteDance said they're not going to sell it, then maybe they will sell it, maybe they won't. The problem is, the only thing you want is the algorithm. Everything else you can reproduce. But if you're not getting that algorithm, and that algorithm, by the way, they have is a closely guarded military secret. So think about that. It is a military secret. They understand the power and the influence that it has.
Trump extended the deadline to September 17th.
Okay. So we're waiting.
We're less than a month away.
Woo-wee.
Man, I saw a video on there last night.
Whew. What was it?
These dudes were trying to clear a giant Asian hornet nest.
Ooh.
Brother, these hornets are like the size of small birds. And they've got on these massive, protective outfits, to keep them from getting stung. But apparently one of them had a hole in his outfit. And you see this guy start jumping around and, I mean, screaming bloody murder because he got stung.
Those are...
What is it with Asia and hornets, man?
I don't know. Murder hornets were fantastic.
Yeah.
Right in the middle of COVID, we got murder hornets.
I actually saw one of those at a friend's house in North Carolina.
What'd they look like?
They were orange, kind of had some orange and yellow to them, but they weren't as big as I thought they were going to be. Like, especially, I've seen bigger hornets in Tennessee, just regular hornets that were bigger than this one. And these hornets in this video last night, and like I said, these things were huge.
They were loaded for bear.
We do not want them over here.
They're loaded for bear. TikToker, somebody said, needs to get a life. Well, then how can we watch murder hornets chase this poor guy around? So the guy that got stung, did he just...
Yeah, he was screaming and hopping around.
Have you ever seen the guy, the coyote, what's his name, who goes out and gets... every animal or thing that can bite or sting, he does it to himself to rate how painful it is, including the bullet ant.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So if you guys have never seen him, so He doesn't do like snakes,
That's smart.
but he'll do like the bullet ant. And the bullet ant is supposed to be the worst of the worst. Like the kind of thing where you're shaking and there's a visceral reaction.
Like it can make you sick.
It can make you sick, yeah. And people react and you can die from it. And he does it. It's so weird. And he'll have it and then he'll put it on his arm and it'll sting him or bite him or whatever it is.
I wouldn't do that.
Coyote Peterson, that's right.
Coyote Peterson. All right, I'll check that dude out.
Yeah, yeah. So it's yeah, I like it. I like it. Murder Hornet.
Yeah, we have the biggest hornet commonly found in Tennessee is the European hornet. Gets up to 1.4 inches in length.
And it smokes cigarettes.
And it's often confused with the murder hornet because it looks almost exactly like it, only the European hornet has red on black and then yellow, whereas the Asian murder hornet is just kind of orange and black.
You know, if Trump's all the Asian murder hornet, people are like, racist! I
like those orange ones.
Those orange ones. Racist. Remember when he got the China virus? It's a China virus. It comes from China. You mean to tell me that somebody got a pangolin at a fish market?
Remember when I thought you were saying penguin?
Yeah. So it was a pangolin, it was a bat, and there was one other weird dog that they came up with. But it wasn't a dog, but it had like a dog name, like it was a raccoon dog or
Yeah.
it was something like that. They would come up with anything. And you're just like, so you can't ask the question about the thing a block away that does this? There's no way that could be a part of it? Nope,
it's not.
Can't be a part of it. No way. Which brings us to this. 7 in 10 Americans believe this to be the biggest threat to America. Spread of infectious disease? No. Climate change? No. Condition of the global economy? No. Terrorism? No. The spread of false information online.
And the debt.
Yeah, that's a slow bleed.
Yeah. We're slowly dying from that.
Yeah, that's a slow bleed.
But misinformation.
Misinformation. And disinformation, misinformation are two different things.
Yep.
If you believe something to be true and you want affirmation and people will go and they're like, oh, I think that could be true, and they spread the information, they're not doing it out of malice. They think it's true. I blame the people who get the information, though. Do you know how hard it is to go, I wonder if that's real? And then wonder, well, if only there was a device that could help me. Now, you're seeing this on your phone, which is a computer, because you haven't made a phone call on that thing in 20 years.
Right.
So,
in fact, you have it blocked.
Yes. So you could look and go, is this true? And most people won't do that.
They will not.
And a big reason is affirmation. They want something to be true so bad. They don't want to hear anything that may challenge their identity or upset the apple cart. And they go and they will then spread the information. And Winston Churchill said it best. A lie will be halfway around the world before the truth puts its pants on.
And you got to do that nowadays, man. It's like you and I talk about. You have got to research everything.
Yes.
To get to get closest to the truth that you can.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like what I sent you and Bell yesterday, on the zoos are taking animals now to feed to predators.
Yes.
The headline makes it look like they're just going to throw a horse in there and let the lions feast. No, they're going to humanely euthanize these animals that are probably close to it anyway.
Yeah. People can't afford them. And, and people are like, oh, my God, animals need to eat too. But the headline made it seem like you show up, you get a ticket, you walk your horse straight into there, then they let it out and they eat it.
And everybody starts cheering.
Yeah.
You tired of your cat? We got the solution for you.
We got something else that'll eat it.
But that's why you've got to go deeper than the headlines.
And it's and in a time like this, in Israel and Gaza is a perfect example. And the old saying that the first casualty in war is truth. Because everybody's going to spread their own side of something. Everybody wants somebody to see only something. It is propaganda. And we are now living in a world where we have enough things that will serve. And I tell you guys this every day. Challenge your beliefs and be open-minded enough to look somewhere else. Even if you see something that says, so-and-so died, rest in peace. We were talking about, was it Ozzy?
Yeah.
That there's no way he died kind of thing. We checked over and over again. Because there's a lot of people out there that spread stuff like that. And a lot of people believe it. And the reason is they do no research. They're not even willing to take 2 seconds to Google to see if this is true.
They just repost it.
Yeah.
I knew it.
Which is hilarious. The fact that people do that. People repost. Every night I see at least 1 or 2 absolutely ridiculously fake things on TikTok or Instagram where a celebrity has died, where I know full well they haven't died.
Right.
And I'll look at the comments, and people are like, he was my favorite actor. She was a great singer. They're alive. You didn't look, you idiot. And they'll have thousands of likes, and it's amazing.
Sending hate from Australia.
Sending hate from Australia. I can't hate you people enough. I can't. It's crazy. So that's what people think is the number one issue for us here in America. And I think it's true. Because people don't want to hear the truth. People want to be affirmed. I mean, you could actually do a newspaper for people just by putting up headlines.
Yeah.
Because nobody will look to see if anything's true. And by the way stuff's written nowadays is horrible as well. You'll go into a thing, they bury the lead on the 5th paragraph 6 pages over.
Yeah. By the way, doctors say this isn't really that serious.
Yeah. Which is a frustrating.
After scaring you to death.
Murder hornets.
Yeah.
They also like to carjack. What? All right. Coming up, the Welcome Mat is coming on in. By the way, just to let you guys know, it is Belle's birthday. So if you haven't wished him a happy birthday, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Brother
Happy
Bellel.
birthday.
Thank you both.
Oh, he's going to make a beautiful bride. Coming up, we're going to wrap up the show. The Welcome Mat, straight ahead. Chad Benson, Super Talk 997. We're wrapping it up on this Friday light. That's Thursday to most people. Welcome, Matt is here. Matt, what's up, bro?
Hello.
Everybody. What's happening, man? What you gonna do? What you got going on?
Hey, Belle, text me so I know that I'm getting text. I'm not getting emails. Somebody text me so I know I'm getting text.
You're not getting text?
I don't know what I'm getting and what I'm not getting. I'm not getting any emails. All my emails I'm very discombobulated today, which is not a preferred word, but very discombobulated. Hey, I heard you talking about the old Tiki Talk.
Yes.
Oh, I got it. Thank you, Chad.
You're welcome.
You're the man. Chad, you're great. Belle.
I know. What's
Happy
his birthday, so
Belle.
he doesn't have to pay any attention.
How old is Belle? What do we think?
41.
I was going to say 43. So I shot a little long for the
You're
runway.
aging him already.
My bad. My bad.
You know, all of us would have been killed by now if we were in Logan's Run.
That's
was that 40?
No, I think
it was 30.
30.
I used to when I was a kid, my mom was a huge Elvis fan, and so I made it a life goal as a 11-year-old. I thought 42 was pretty old, and I was like, but I knew that Elvis died before his time, quote unquote, and so I made it a goal to be like, let's get beyond Elvis. If we can get beyond Elvis, we're all right.
There you go. And you've done it.
And I've done it, and now it's just all downhill from here.
All downhill.
So it gets worse. I heard you talking about TikTok.
Yeah.
I have, and I give a hat tip of credit to my buddy Cameron Smith from the Tennessean for identifying this. So in the law that was passed by Republicans and Democrats alike when Joe Biden was president, it gives the president of the United States one opportunity to extend it for 90 days. The law says you can extend it once for 90 days. We're now in our third extension.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't understand why people that hate Trump on MSNBC or CNN or whatever aren't harping on this on a daily basis. Everyone in Washington, D.C. is in violation of the law.
Everyone. Yeah. Because they heard from the people, and the people said, don't take it away.
Well, because the people are big crybabies.
Yeah.
I mean, can you imagine what would happen if the internet went away for 2 weeks?
Oh, people.
Society would collapse.
I think people would kill people.
There would be, absolutely.
I think people would kill people.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to make really good green beans.
You know, we talked a couple weeks ago. It's true. We talked a couple weeks ago about the great blackout. Do you remember that in the East Coast?
Yeah.
There was 9 months later, there was tons of babies. Nobody's dating anymore.
Right.
It would be like a bunch of little trolls coming out of their hut to look what's going on.
I mean, I just if this is the reaction to a momentary blip on TikTok, imagine if all the social medias were gone. Oh my goodness gracious.
me.
But yeah, so I'm just fascinated that the law specifically states 1 90-day extension, and it actually says, you know, if there is a deal on the table. And now we're in our I think we're in our third extension.
It's the third, yeah.
And
Interesting.
Because it went away for like 1 day where you couldn't download it, and if you had it, you stopped, and people freaked, and then they all ran over to their competitor of TikTok, and that was actually owned by the Communist Chinese Party.
Right.
All in all.
I mean, you do Instagram?
I do the gram, yeah.
I do too. I have to.
I do.
I mean, I guess, is Instagram like TikTok now?
It is very much so, yeah. But I mean,
Same
TikTok is TikTok is way better. But to give you guys the power of TikTok, 97% of people who go to Instagram and who go to Facebook now watch reels or short videos and say that rather than even looking at stuff from their friends.
And Facebook and those platforms changed all of that because of TikTok.
Because of TikTok.
Because TikTok's so effective.
That's it.
We're going to update this Somalian fella that raped the woman. I've got some inside information as to how many times he was arrested by the Metro Nashville Police Department without being turned over to the Sheriff's Department so he could be deported. That's coming up.
Woo, that's all straight ahead. It's a welcome, Matt. Have a good one.